Yo, 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 Wagwan Sanjay Chia, welcome back to the channel. And you know, it's just Sunday, just there again on the YouTube grind. But yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling Boruto episode 178, which for some reason I couldn't remember it was episode 178 that we were gonna be tackling today. So yeah, I believe this should be the start of the vessel arc, more or less. So let's see. But of course, as when it comes on to these, as per usual when it comes on to these, adapting these manga arcs, we're getting some additional, context building episodes slash stalling episodes. So it seems like, from what I can remember from the preview, this is going to be the case with this episode. So let's see how it does in fact start. But anyway, if you're new here, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Do Boruto Black Clover content and other miscellaneous madness. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, here we go. Oh, I'm starting to remember the preview a bit more now. Okay, so it's not the start of the vessel arc just yet. But I could have sworn I heard articles saying the article saying it will start on the 13th. Eh, whatever. It feels like you were split in two just yesterday. I know, Tsunade. Must have been a traumatic experience for you. Wait, is that the original, Konoha 11, quote unquote? Or 9 at this point? Nice tidbit. And see there? Ow! Ooh. I see what they're doing here. They're not slick. But I like it still. Ah boy. Neji Nissan! Still foolishness how Neji did no, brother. Especially since Shippuden was so riddled with problems, honestly. Oh, are they actually? Wow, well, let's see. Yo, we need to know how you survived, brother. It's not make sense. We need to know how your body survive. Alright. See, now this must be it, hopefully. The explosion was bigger than that still, but isn't me? Bombards! Well under, bro. Man, look frig up. Shadow. Ah, coma for many years. Seeing. Hmm. You know, I really love what they're doing with this episode so far. But the thing is now, I would like to see if, like, you know, between the Mist Village, did anybody ask about him? Did he visit to say, yo, I'm not coming back? You know, stuff like that.
五代目水影メイの懐刀と呼ばれたあの青さんでしたか。だが
Ah boy, rough brother. But I like really like something I get to see. This is what I wanted to see, isn't me?
どうした青。さっきの作戦だが。本当にあいつらが10尾を倒せると思って伝えたのか。それとも。いや、自慢の息子、娘だと言っていたよ。きっとやり遂げるだろうと。一点の曇りなく、君たちのことを信じていた。
Dog. Alright, yo, the music I think is a good vibe. And especially since Shikamaru has been like one of those characters in Shippuden that really got development, or at least his team, it's good to... Yeah, this episode is actually resonating with me, isn't it? Yo. But I'm kind of struggling to remember what the plan was exactly. What was the plan? Remember in the comment section. I might look it back up still. Sorry. Yo, that must be embarrassing on my part. But yo, Jado. Yo, it really is, honestly. Need a refund on the adult ticket at this point. This was a pretty wholesome episode. Pretty decent, I'm not gonna lie. But wait, there's more! Feeling pretty ominous right now. Okay. Yo, I mean, I was expecting more, but I know what they were going for in the end there. Oh boy. Alright, yo! That was episode 178 of the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime. And yo, I'm not going to lie. I loved it. I loved it from start to finish. It was a real... How should I put it? I wouldn't want to say depressing, but somber tone and mood from start to finish. Very reflective, but at the same time still focusing to a smaller extent on that bond between parent and child and just passing on things to the next generation. And especially since it was an episode that focused on Shikamaru and, well, Shikamaru specifically, and to a degree Ino and even Ao. These are characters where, at least on the Shikamaru side, that, you know, got some decent development in Shippuden Part 2. So to get an episode like this as we go into the Ao arc, it felt that was good. It was very good, very wholesome. I'm not gonna lie, especially since if you've been, you know, watching my videos like this past week or last week at this point, I guess, you know, I did a video on Ao, or at least, him being the 10 tails survivor, the lone survivor from the HQ during the Fourth Great Ninja War. And I was basically speaking about the fact that given that how the anime, for all intents and purposes, will be building on the O arc or the Vessel arc from the manga, it would make sense to get more context and more, get the bigger picture of what happened with O, build some more context and some more development and build up for his character. These were things I talked about in that video, so it's good to see that we actually, at least my expectation / prediction actually came true with this episode, which is a pleasure to see. Now, honestly, reflecting on the Fourth Great Ninja War is always something, to say the least. To say the least. And I as I said during the reaction section, they're not slick. I see what they're doing. Manga readers will know. Probably shouldn't spoil anything, but just to see even Mugino and O interact at this point first, and then before going into the art, manga readers will know that that's an interesting move on their part. Not gonna lie. So there is that. As we saw, it was an episode mostly focused on the previous generation. We hardly got anything from like the new generation, from Boruto or anybody else in this episode. And I feel like a lot of persons will say that contributed to the episode doing really good. I'm not gonna lie, so there's that. But all in all, I'm really glad, as I said before, that we got to see some more context for what happened, how all survived, even Shikaku and I forgot Ino's father's name, just to see their last words, their last thoughts before going into the O arc itself was honestly, it's pretty good, because especially from a narrative standpoint, that we know, like, passing on things to the next generation, focusing on the next generation has been a theme that Naruto as a franchise has always had, right? But we know in the Boruto era that is even brought down more so to the relationship between parent and child. So seeing the previous generation characters that we actually care about kind of resonate with what are even, be conflicted with what their parents' last thoughts were before they died, kind of solidifying that bond between them, and thinking about how they can play a similar role when it comes on to the bond that they have between themselves and the next generation as well. I thought it was actually beautiful, and honestly, the music choice, just the tone, everything that was set in the episode actually helped to push forward that theme. And it was just good. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed the episode. Now, seeing because alright, in my personal opinion, I'm of the opinion that his body should have been obliterated completely, but it was still, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of satisfied to see his body was in a really deplorable state. Obviously, we could have told that would have been the case based on his prosthetics, but it's still, I don't know, it feels like his body should have still been obliterated, but it is what it is. But what I loved about the extra context, the extra tidbits about in this episode is that his experience has actually, his dialogue and his lines in this episode, what he said, it's obvious that his experience in the Fourth Great Ninja War has basically informed his decisions and his mindset from the manga, stuff that he's going to be seeing later on. This episode is one thing, expect a ninja after such a gruesome war to retire is one thing, but his mindset in the war, well, in the coming episodes, or even from the manga with the chapters that are to be adapted to come, it makes sense. He puts it as they're enemies. No matter how much I train, how hard I work, they're enemies I can't defeat, right? So to me, that really aligns it with that whole theme again of technology, that okay, they're enemies I can't defeat. Technology makes things easier, makes things more efficient, so it's easy to see why he would align himself. Prosthetics and scientific ninja weaponry, well, prosthetics aside, it would be easy to see from a manga perspective. Manga readers will know that why he would align himself and why he would fight the way he fights in the manga. So I like it. There's extra tidbits, extra context, of course. So I love it. I love it. It's just that at the end of the day, the episode has, and if you're a manga reader, from the perspective of a manga reader, the episode has a sense of progression at the same time, and it's just beautiful. I'm not lying. It was a solid episode, and I loved it. Oh, getting extra tidbits, getting extra context for why he is, or why he does what he does, his mindset in the manga. Extra tidbits, you know, which is what we need, which is what the anime should be doing. Just getting some extra interactions and, you know, internal conflicts from characters that we actually care about, you know, reinforcing the themes of technology and, you know, parent and child. Yeah, I just thought it was beautiful and wholesome. And I love, if I'm not mistaken, that scene in the early parts of the episode where we had the quote-unquote Konoha 11 or 9 at this point, 10, kind of landing off. It's a nice tidbit, it's a nice touch. But funny enough, I kind of feel like Shikamaru's concerns about, you know, next generation, the bond, the relationship between him and his son, it kind of reminds me of those Naruto episodes where early on in the anime as well, which were wholesome as well, to say the least. So yeah. But yo, trust me, I loved it. 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 I don't know if I did a good job at this review, but yo, I love the episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing what next episode has to bring. So yeah. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comment section below, guys. And if I missed anything, we can definitely talk it out in the comment section below as well. I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, the further additions to the Vessel arc. Oh, I did forget to talk about the end there. Obviously, from an anime only watcher perspective, that does signify that there is more to Ao than meets the eye. Even though I think that was, well, it wasn't really on show, but obviously, yeah, there's more to Ao than meets the eye, obviously, based on that ending there. So yeah. But anyway, thanks for tuning in if you made it this far. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. And yeah, subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the next Boruto video.